Thank you for visiting my channel. So today I wanted to dive into a topic when it comes to letting go of someone that you love. So you'll notice a lot of the tarot stuff that I have been doing recently is more focused on relationships specifically, not diving into work too much or this or that. Well, the reason I want to cover of the reason, how to let go of someone that you love is sometimes when we're in a relationship and we truly fall in love with that person and they fall in love with you, sometimes it doesn't work out like you projected that whole picture in the future of getting married, having kids, or if you have kids and the marriage falls apart or the relationship falls apart. Sometimes we need time to let that other person grow if they're not willing to work with us and ourselves, because it takes two in a relationship. There's guilty parties on both ends. Don't ever always think it's always the other person, because different things that happen in relationships can always go back to, if I acted different at this time, this would have changed this and this would have changed that. Do you understand? So when it comes to the relationship, sometimes that relationship, it breaks up. And that's when it's like you're always thinking of this person, you're separated, you're not talking, and sometimes that's exactly what's needed, especially if you're talking of soulmates and twin flame stuff, which I'm not going to dive into that stuff right now because people can get too lost into it. But when it comes to letting go of someone that you love, you really have to view and see what's going on with the relationship in itself. If you guys can't communicate, then it's time for you to take a break. And if you're always overly thinking about that person, I understand what it is to love someone. But when you're so overly focused in on that other person, and that person's not stepping up to the game and taking accountability and doing what they need to do, sometimes it's best to step back. And when you're in this state of learning how to let go of this person, you always want to reach out to them, or you want to talk to them, or you're mad at them, you don't want to talk to them, depending on the story, but you still love them. You want to learn how to, they give you cord cutting and this and that stuff really does help. It's a great tool to have, which eventually I will lead you into something like that eventually here with another video. But with this, it's like you really have to focus in on yourself and rebuild yourself. Especially getting out of a relationship, you need time for yourself. You need to set yourself up and rebuild your energy. And if you're always irritated and thinking about that person or angry, and they're thinking about them 24/7, it's like you're definitely not ready for the next relationship. And don't wait for that next relationship to save you. This is when it's time to look in and see how to really balance out your energies with yourself. It's always going back and seeing those things with that relationship. So one of the things I would recommend when it comes to viewing that relationship that you've recently just gotten out of and learning how to let go of that person that you truly love is it's a journaling exercise I'm going to give you. It's like, really, Robert, you're going to give me journaling? Yes, it's a very powerful tool. What it is you get a journal out, you start writing out your emotions. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling grief, depression, whatever it may be attached to. And this exercise can work for other things. Specifically, we're going to be focusing on relationship and releasing that person that you love. You focus in on that person, you just start writing, and you use a pencil. There's just something about the lead that helps actually get the energy out of you even more, okay? You focus in on that person, and you start writing about all of the things that are coming up to the surface. Doesn't matter what the emotion or the feeling is. All the images, let them come out of you. And you want to, with intention, tell your body, your energy, your emotion. If you're feeling anger, you want to intensify and see that volume switch going all the way up from 10 to 100. What you're looking to do is dissipate electromagnetic energy out of your body, connected to the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are connected to the whole situation, okay? So what you're going to be doing is really focusing on allowing that stuff out. And when you intensify that, when I was trained with this exercise, wow, my shirt started getting caked in sweat as all of these images and all of these emotions started coming to the surface. And all of my pores were opening up to make all my shirt so sweaty and things like that, but it's dissipating all of it. All of it intensified. I felt like I was going to explode with all of the different emotions coming out of me. Around 4 or 5 minutes into it, I felt my composure coming back, and that's when I was actually taught at that point, you don't want that to happen. You want to say, okay, when's the last time I experienced it before? This feeling. A whole other a set of thoughts, feelings, and emotions will come to the surface. So what you do is then you consistently go from there and a whole other bunch of your pores will open back up. You'll become very hot. All of these emotions will come out and you start discharging it. You're literally writing it out, writing it out, writing it out, writing it out until you start feeling your composure come back. Again, when's the last time I experienced it before this? Another 4 or 5 minutes will go by. Same process. Again, one last time I like to tell people, you'll have that intensify again. When's the last time I experienced it before this? Then around 20, 30 minutes, you're practicing this exercise. I recommend it for a daily basis, by the way. You're getting that onto the paper. You're seeing what's going on in the relationship, getting it out of you. Then after that, for about 20 minutes, you're writing what you've learned from the situation. How could I have done this better in the relationship? What did I value and love about this person so much? What did I really appreciate with this person? What has it taught me? You take the golden gems and you do that for 20 minutes. Set a timer, okay? And when you do this, you're getting rid of the old stuff and all of the anger and all this stuff, and you're starting to view them in a positive light in the whole situation. And you're learning how to focus in on that self-love and what you've learned and valued so you don't repeat that in the future. And I'm not saying that you're never going to be in this relationship with that person, but in order to truly evolve spiritually, the best thing you can do is continually keep rising yourself up more and more so you don't repeat it. So if you do actually get back with your particular person or the next relationship you attract, you will not repeat that karma. And what I mean by karma is repeating patterns and cycles. You will have evolved and learned from it, okay? So it's like when you see that, you do this little simple journaling exercise, it'll have you evaluate and see things in a whole new light. You'll start shifting your energy more to a positive, and you'll start seeing, oh, that's why this happened. It happened here, happened there. And it has, by the way, I'm saying on both ends. So what I'm saying that it's like it has to do with what happened in the relationship with them. Maybe you let them walk all over you. You should have stuck up for yourself more. Write it all out. Let it get it out of you so you know not to let that happen the next time, and having more healthy boundaries. And that's just one example. But when it comes to learning how to let go of someone you truly love, it's like this is one exercise. Taking a step back and learning how to really truly focus in on what your needs are, your wants, what you want to get accomplished in life. That's how you let go of that other person that you're in love with. Okay? Time is the greatest healer, but I'm not saying it's like you need to do nothing in that time. No. You need to focus in on yourself, heal. And what I mean by heal is feel your emotions. Heal is like, oh, people want to bliss out and run from their problems. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Feel, experience, get mad, get angry, and love thyself. Look at that whole experience. Like, really love yourself. Well, yeah, the more you focus in on yourself, the more you'll learn from that experience and you'll value it on a whole nother level. But that's one great exercise that'll truly help you get to where you're getting over this person. And it takes days, weeks, months. Look, depending on how long that relationship was, then you need to start looking at why the things happen in the relationship. And again, write that out as well. So that shows you what you want to have in the next relationship, how you can better overcome these obstacles and or challenges that showed up in the relationship. So you're learning, evolving, and spiritually growing so you know how to become your own best teacher and how to let go of something that truly was valuable at one point in time. Okay? So, thank you for visiting my channel. I appreciate it. And everyone, you have a good rest of your day.